Hello Stamping friends, it's Liz Holloway from Liz Holloway Design and welcome to my video tutorial on how it's made. So let's get started. This is a card chair that I wanted to show you, and basically it's a side fold, and what I'm using is the Butterfly Thinlits, and here I created the background to make it a monarch look. Here I am using Daffodil Delight, Rio Red, Tempting Turquoise, and Gumball Green. I'm using the reinkers because I want the intense look of the colors, and I'm dropping 1 to 2 drops of each color onto a plate. I then took my watercolor paper and taped it down with washi tape onto a wooden board. And I taped this down because I don't want the watercolor to warp while applying the water to the paper. I've got a cup full of water, clean water, and what I'm doing is I'm saturating the watercolor paper. When you're adding the colors, just let the colors take its course on the watercolor paper. Here I'm also dipping my brush into the clean water and before picking up the new colors. Here I am tilting my board to let the color run down and to create that drip look. Now I decided that I want more intense looks, so I added more colors. Then what I did was I took my heat tool and quickly dried the colors and blotting the pool of water with a cloth. Because the color looks very faded to me, what I did was I took a dry brush and then added more color to intensify the colors. Now at this point, I don't know where I'm going with this card, so what I did was I decided that I'm going to take water on my fingers and sprinkle little droplets onto the watercolor. And what the water droplets do, or does, it creates little splotches, and it actually lifts up the color as it dries. And again, zapping it with the heat tool to dry it more quickly. Now I removed the washi tape off the board, and this is what I got. And then what I did was I had a bunch of butterflies cut out from the previous post, and this butterfly is from the Butterfly Thinlits Die in the Occasion catalog. As you can see, the shine on the butterfly, this is because I had already applied crystal effect on it and let it dry. I'm taking my multi-purpose glue and applying glue to all the areas on the back side of the butterfly and then attaching it onto the watercolor paper, carefully placing it to where I want it to be and where I've got the most color affecting the butterfly. Unfortunately, we have to fussy cut this intricate butterfly because we don't have a matching butterflies to go with it, like the background. So I am just using my paper snips and snipping it away, not really following the lines, but just using straight cuts. Once you're done cutting, look how beautiful this monarch butterfly, and the color just intensify it. So what I'm doing is now I'm going to save all these little scrap pieces because I can use it for something else or on another project. I now have a 4 1/4 by 11 Whisper White cardstock card scored at 5 1/2, and then I'm applying the designer paper right onto the base card. The next thing I did was I took the ruler and I'm trying to find the center point, as I want to center the number 7 circle framelit die to the center of the base card. Once I have found the center of the base card, I applied the number 7 circle and aligning the coordinates top to bottom and left to right, and ensuring that it's on center. And then placing the top acrylic pad and then cranking it right through the big shot. The next thing I did was I took a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 basic black and added my number 7 circle die and the number 4 Starburst die, nesting it together, because what I'm doing is I'm creating this frame around the base card. Once you have your die cut, apply multi-purpose glue around the circumference and then adding it right onto your base card. Next, what I want to do is making sure that my butterfly sits center in the circle, and what I've done was I took the butterfly, slipped it into the base card, and then centering it to the position I would like it to be. Then what I did was I took a pencil and marked the outer edge of the butterfly so that when it's time for gluing, I can position it and lining it up to the pencil mark line. Now I really want to utilize the leftover watercolor paper, and so what I have used is I'm taking the THX from the circle card Thinlits die and then cutting it out with the watercolor paper, and then 4 more times with the basic black cardstock. Here I am now then stacking the 4 basic black cardstock together and then the watercolor on top of the black. Now the next thing I did was added glue to the bottom of the THX and then onto the base card. I'm only adding it to the bottom because I want part of the THX to be standing out of the circle. At this point, when I created this card, I still didn't know what I was missing, and it really didn't look right to me. So what I did was I took my Confetti heart border punch, which is also in the 2015 occasion catalog, and I punched hearts out of the real red cardstock, and then just adding little hearts here, just placing it temporarily before gluing it down. Once my pieces are in position, I took my multi-purpose glue and add glue onto a scratch paper. I am using a new tool which I recently picked up at my local craft store. It has a sticky point on one end and a positioning tool on the other end. This will help me pick up small items and adding glue to the back side without getting my fingers sticky. The positioning tool will help release the small items onto the base card. I decided to add crystal effect to the thanks as well as the heart because the inside of the butterflies got crystal effect on it, and it just makes the card a bit more complete. The video is now coming to an end, and I thank you for stopping by. I hope I have given you some awesome inspirations. If you haven't yet, click on my subscribe button. This way you will have access to all my YouTube videos for free. Be sure to click on the like button or leave me a comment, and then this will tell me that I have done my job well and I have inspired you. Head over to my blog if you are serious stampers. A list of supplies can be found at my blog at www.stampersplus.com, and I will put a link at the bottom of my YouTube. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time at my How It's Made video.